welcome to all those joining us as we kick off another round of thrilling Formula 2 racing at Imola. Imola is unusual in that it runs anti-clockwise, taking in 19 turns along its 3.1 miles of tarmac. 9 of those are right-handers, with the remaining 10 as left-handers. Now, the F2 drivers here today need to keep in mind the elevation. Pay attention to turn 7. A slow exit from here will lose a driver a lot of time as they struggle to accelerate uphill. Here are the starting positions for today's race. Martin lines up on pole position. And starting alongside in P2 is Teo Porcher. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Martins, Deruvala, Ollie Behrman, Hadjar, Awasa, Novalak, Leclerc, Dennis Hauger, Doohan, Fittipaldi, Amory Cordial, Kushmaini, Vesti, Stanek, Vachon, Brad Benavides, Crawford, Nissani, Maloney, and Ralph Boschon completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out. So let's get down to the track. Hello one, hello all, and welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, he is Alex Brundle, and we have changeable conditions today, Alex. How does that uncertainty affect the strategy?
Well, uncertainty is what strategy is all about, but it absolves the teams from the responsibility of running both compounds of tyre. They might have to use that wet tyre, of course, and then the question is, where do those crossovers lie between the wet and dry conditions?
So hello and welcome back. We are again at Imola. Today we are in a sunny Imola for the feature race. We are starting from pole position. We are going to lead the pack towards the start, as we are also going to warm up the tires a bit more. Later on in the race we might see some rain again, but it should be really late instead of the sprint where it was with still 12 laps to go. So in that from that point we should be good. So this time, as you can see, the tires warmed up pretty okay. It's not too bad. So starting from pole and going at your own pace, because no one can overtake you, you can actually warm up the tires a lot better. Of course we also have the super soft, as I'm trying to put myself in a better position, a bit more straight, but that is not possible. So we have a light penalty on that, but still the 5 lights are on. And away we go for the feature race here in Imola. A really good start from myself. Porcher a bit slow away, as he has had a little bit less rubber on his starting grid position. We're going into turn 1 ahead of Porcher, so that's a really good thing. Deruvala and Martins going side by side through turn 1 and 2. Martins is the winner out of those two. As we see a few places swapped. Behrman and Hadjar behind, going still side by side. But let's have a look at that start. So as we are going, really good start. The second phase is where I'm really quick compared to Porcher, and then we already have 2 car lengths ahead of him as he goes for the inside look, but he's way too far behind me to even try a move. So a really good start, so let's work on this gap. As we go in lap 3, we have 1 second to Porcher. We did a fastest lap, a 1:28.3, and the DRS is enabled as he is inside that 1 second, so he should have DRS. So lap 7, still Porcher inside that 1 second, as the lap times are getting a lot slower, 1.2 seconds slower on a lap. And as you can see, he is just 2 tenths behind. He almost could have made a move into turn 1, so we should think about defending. So lap 8 we go, still really close behind us, but just not close enough, and Deruvala as well closing in. So there might be a Little battle here in Imola for the P1. But for now we are all good. Let's hope the Ruvula is trying to make a move on Pourchaire and then we can drive away from them. So lap 13 we go. We have a 2-second gap to the Ruvula. So we went out of that last corner with a big slide. As we go jump into the pits, the Ruvula is going into the pits as well. Hajar is also going into the pits, so all of them are going to box. And as you can see, Pourchaire 26.1 seconds behind, so he already boxed last lap. So now we can see if he made the right call or he lost out on P1. So we have a really good stop. The Ruvula behind us, not in our frame at the moment, so we cannot really tell if he had a good stop or not. But Pourchaire not on the straight, so we should have a big gap to them. Let's see into turn 1. So lap 21 we have a gap of 6.3 seconds, but we are looking at the battle for P2. Pourchaire trying to go around the outside is in front of him before turn 1, but completely locks up his front tires, and now he is stranded and waiting for all the cars going past. Is this going to be a 0-point finish for Theo Pourchaire? As he is still waiting, and at this moment should be about right now. We have Pourchaire disqualified, so that is a 0-point finish for our championship leader. And that's not good for him, but it's good for us as we are in P1, so we can now catch up to him. So lap 24, we skipped ahead a little bit. Still 7.1 seconds to the Ruvula, and still no rain, so at least not as many laps as we did in the sprint race on the rain. But it was still no sign of any dark clouds. You see there are a few in the distance, but they are not too close, so we should be driving on a dry track for at least 4, 5, 6 laps. So that's a good thing. And we have a gap of 7 seconds. So things are looking good in Imola right now.
Radar suggests weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes time, so stay on your toes.
So 5 minutes, and I think there is the rain on that side of the track. So we're still 5 minutes, that means 3 to 4 laps until we start seeing some drops. But then we still have a few laps with grip, and then we see what happens next. Maybe the AI does pit this time, or maybe not, we will see. As the lap times were pretty decent overall, especially on the mediums. 10 laps on those. We still managed to do a 28.6. So that is also really good. So lap 27 we are on board with Victor Martins, going to make a move on Iwasa into turn 1. A little bit onto the grass. He still managed to overtake him, but he's going into turn 1, makes the same mistake as his teammate Pourchaire did. And he is going outside of the points as well. It's a really bad day for ART here in Imola, as they are losing out on quite a lot of points. So lap 29, we are still doing good. 8.8 seconds in front of the Ruvula, as there's a yellow flag into the last corner. I do not know who it is. I think it's an MP Motorsport, so that's also not good for them, as they are also quite far ahead of us, as it is Dennis Hauger. What happened to his car? If we look towards the back of his car, and there's a lot of smoke, so that's the third engine failure since Baku. We had 2 in Baku and now 1 in Imola, so that's not good. So lap 32, as you could see in the other laps, there was a little bit of rain. It was starting to rain. Now the rain is light, with still 4 laps to go. I was checking a lot on what Daruvala's times were. So his time was at 35.7. That's already 7 seconds slower than our fastest lap, and that's on the super soft, so on the mediums. I think we are losing a little bit of time to him, but with still these laps to go, we can lose about 2 seconds a lap. So lap 35, the last lap, we go through these last 2 corners, as we are still ahead of Daruvala, and through the last corner we go, and we as a rookie, the dream has come true. We are at Imola and we are taking P1 in front of Daruvala in second, and third is for Hajar. That is coming across the line right now. So that's our first win here in F2.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Brilliant stuff from Van Amersfoort today. What a superb victory.
Have you seen one quite as dominant as that, Jakesy? I'm not sure I have. They led every single lap of that one, lights to flag.
And it's time now for the podium celebrations, and how well deserved is this one. This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. Van Amersfoort are your winners here today.
So that's it then for the feature race, as we take our first win in F2. The first and not the last, I can tell you. We are going to keep pushing to get more of these wins and more points, because we are going to take that F2 trophy, so we can get up into F1. But we take first position. Then we got Daruvala. In the end, pretty close, a little bit too close for comfort, but still a little bit too far behind. He takes second place, then Hajar in third place, Jack Doohan in P4, Kushmaini in P5, Iwasa in 6th, Leclerc in 7th, then we got Fittipaldi in P8, P9 is for Novalek, and the last point scorer is Ollie Beerman. Then for the driver championship standings, we see Pourchaire still in P1, lost out on a lot of points this weekend. Then we got Daruvala in second, closing in on Pourchaire with a little bit after a decent weekend. Then we got Dennis Hauger losing out on some points as well, as he had that engine failure. He is still in P3, Iwasa is still in P4, then myself in P5. Not that far behind, and just 22 points behind Pourchaire, so there is still a big chance of winning this trophy. Then we got Jack Doohan in P6, Frederick Vesti in 7th, Novalek in 8th, our teammate Richard in 9th, then Ollie Beerman in 10th, Victor Martins in 11th, also losing out on some good points this weekend, then Hajar in 12th, 13th for Leclerc, Maini in 14, Maloney in 15, then 16 for Fittipaldi, 17 for Benavides, as he is also the last one with points. Still Cordell, Crawford, Stanek, Boschung and Nissani, the ones that still need points. So let's look then at the Constructors' Championship standings, as MP Motorsport is still in first place. Then is ART, both cars losing out on some points as well, did Dennis Hauger. So MP also lost out on some points. Then we scored really good points for the team this weekend. We are in first place. Then is Dams in 4th. 5th for Prema, 6th for Virtuosi, 7th for Trident, 8th for High Tech, 9th for Campos. Carlin is taking 10th, and PHM with that 1 point is in last position. So I hope you guys enjoyed this weekend of Formula 2, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys.